Alright boys, welcome back to the channel. I have an advanced guide for you guys for floor 3 of Nidhoggr. It's a really annoying stage, a lot of gimmicks. Most of the time it also takes you 30 minutes to stall on phase 1 of floor 3. But I actually found a better way. I can clear phase 1 in 2 turns. It's much better in my opinion. Of course there's luck involved, but to be honest, you at least need a 4-6 FREYJA and a 5 or 6-6 MAEL. No joke. If you don't have them, maybe you can do it, but I don't know. I don't think so. As you can see, my FREYJA doesn't even have max health, but that doesn't matter. My advice is to start with a single target FREYJA, AoE MAEL, single target MAEL, and then single target Liz to do enough damage first turn, and then you hope for or a rank 2 pierce card and a rank 2 single target and then 1 attack to kill, or a rank 1 pierce card and 2 rank 2 single targets and then 1 follow-up attack to kill. That's how you clear phase 1 of floor 3 in 2 turns. Pretty crazy. I found this out last night. I was just playing around with the boss, seeing what might work, and I was thinking maybe I get killed in 2 turns if I get the right cards, and I was right. I'm gonna show you multiple times because I had to restart multiple times. I died at the end. So I'll show you multiple times that it works in different possibilities, different scenarios. But it's a pretty good strat in my opinion. The best strat you can run. So instead of wasting 30 minutes by stalling on phase 1, you could get the good turn in like 5 to 10 minutes. If you gotta restart all the time, 5 to 10 minutes max, and you get it. Sometimes I get a first try. I wanted to make a video sooner about floor 3 Nidhoggr, but it was such a hard boss and it took such a long time. I didn't want to bother making a video now. I was waiting for the good units. But now, even with this team, if you do this strat for floor 3, you can clear phase 1 in 2 turns. And it's much quicker than stalling for 30 minutes. So as you can see, the way it works, you just need a rank 1 pierce card and 2 rank 2 single targets, or a rank 2 pierce card which you can merge, a rank 2 single target which you have to have, you can merge that one, and then a third attack to kill. And then on phase 2 you always need a single target from FREYJA to remove the grey buff, which makes him super strong. Pretty crazy. I don't know if anybody else found this, but I was just playing around yesterday. Whole day I was doing Nidhoggr to get enough materials to make the last holy relic I needed. And then I found this gimmick out. If you get the right cards, you can actually skip the whole 30-minute long stalling on phase 1. So there are three options. You can get 2 single targets from whoever you want, rank 2, and 1 pierce card, and then you do a follow-up attack and you will kill. You can't merge on that option. Then the second option is you get another pierce card, and then you get a merger on a single target. So you can merge your pierce card, use the pierce, use the rank 2 single target, and then follow-up attack to kill. And then option 3 is like you see here, getting 3 pierce cards. If they don't merge, you can merge them, but you saw here I had 2 single targets and then a merger automatically, and then I had the last pierce card, so I did that. But you got 3 options. If you get one of those, you can continue. And then of course on phase 2 you always need a single target from FREYJA to remove the stances, or the ultimate from MAEL. So this is the final one. So here I'm gonna explain to you how everything works. So as you saw in the previous parts of the video, always start with a single target from FREYJA, then MAEL AoE, and then MAEL single target, and a single target from Liz. And then you hope for one of the 3 options I mentioned to kill and move to phase 2. And then the gimmick on phase 2 to shred the gauge is actually to use heal ultimates and heal cards and buff ultimates. Those will shred the gauge the most. And if you use a single target to remove a stance, you will get, what is it, 15%, something like that, gauge extra. So don't forget that. Every time you attack with a single target from FREYJA, the gauge will increase by 15%. So to shred this gauge, just do enough damage all the time, but also use enough heal cards and buff cards and heal and buff ultimates, so you can shred the gauge. So here we're on phase 2. And like I mentioned, phase 2, you gotta use first turn a single target from FREYJA or the ultimate from MAEL to remove and cancel stances. So you can remove the buff which increases his attack by a lot, so you can't die. Also, if you got the MAEL ultimate 5/6 or 6/6, you will apply the grey buff and it won't do a lot of damage, so you are sure to survive. And of course I went for the Liz ult, which is very important. Now I go again for MAEL ult, just in case I don't get a single target from FREYJA. Always remove the stances, because if you attack in those, the damage is way too much. Especially on phase 3, always when he puts up the stance, always remove it or you're screwed. So luckily I went for the MAEL ult, or else I was done here and I had to restart again. So now I'm good. So now I use the Elat ult to finally get debuff immunity. And then let's work on the ults from everyone again. Before the enemy can ult, you need to apply the ultimate from Elat. or else you get extorted and then you won't do any damage and you will take a lot of damage. I'm using all the debuff cards, all the cleanse cards to shred the gate. As you can see, the ult did nothing now. Another counter, so always use counter removal card first. So attack with FREYJA or ult with MAEL first, and then you use the heal cards or the cleanse cards. So the gauge will get shredded after it increases, so that you don't increase it at the end. Luckily I got Liz ult and I can heal, because FREYJA lost her buffs. We will stall one more turn or two more turns, I think, because we have to use a counter removal, a stance removal card, which is unfortunate. So I first remove the stance with the ult from MAEL. He also has the damage reduction now. Okay, this is perfect. We got 1%. So I shred the gauge. I kill, get Liz ult, and then work on Elat ult. This is the easiest part of the fight until he gets buffed. So as you can see, he has 5 gray debuffs which you can remove and 2 extra debuffs, but the 5 debuffs you can remove are the same. So just do 10% of damage on his max health and you will be able to remove, and do that every turn, or else his gauge will increase again. So if you want the gauge to keep shredding, you gotta keep his health below 90%. Once the 5 gray debuffs are removed, he will actually get a very big attack buff and also the regeneration buff and health buff, all that stuff, but because of that he will do a lot more damage. So that's when you need to be careful. So as you can see, the gimmick here, just do enough damage so it removes the buffs, the gray buffs, and once they are all removed, he will do a lot more damage, but then you will do a lot less damage. Don't forget that. So you will have to do a lot more cards than now to do the same damage. Be careful with that. Always use Elat ult and Liz ult as many times as possible. Okay, he has only 2 left. For now the ultimate is still good, but once he's buffed, you might wanna not get ulted on. So try to remove the ultimate gauge with Elat, something like that, or at least ult with MAEL before you get ulted on, so he has damage reduction. And here he has the stance, so always remove the stance before you attack or you will die, because the counter is super strong. So here I was getting scared for my FREYJA, but luckily I got my Liz ult and I could heal again. As you can see, the gauge is at 20%, so we are almost there. And this turn is the final turn. We will remove the final gray debuff, and now he will get the massive attack buff, you will see. And he had the ultimate, so I removed the ultimate gauge with Elat, just to be sure. Even with the damage reduction, I don't want to get ulted on. But now we can't remove the ultimate gauge anymore, so pretty scary. But we managed to do it anyway. So here I got Elat ult again. And I was going for enough damage, because as you can see here, the damage is way less. Now he is at 0%. The full regeneration is gone from the boss, because every time you did damage and it was the boss's turn, he will fully heal. But now, because the gauge is at 0%, it's gone and you can do damage and he won't fully heal. As you can see, the damage isn't that amazing. But it's good. I had a big problem. I was trying to record this last bit. I had to restart just because I used the wrong attacks, and not to restart everything. I just closed the game and then restarted. And then when I wanted to record, it didn't record. So you didn't miss anything. I just used the Liz ults and do some follow-up attacks. And now we're at the next phase where I get attacked. So I didn't use the ultimates because I couldn't kill. So here on this phase, he got the ultimates, so I'm gonna use the MAEL ultimates for the damage reduction. As you can see, we don't do enough damage, but we did a lot of damage, and I think next phase or the phase after that we can kill. Again, this is the stance. Always remove this. If you don't have stance removal cards, get MAEL ults at least. We heal again here, and then we do some follow-up attacks just to get his health low enough. And we get the FREYJA ult, just to be sure. And next turn I think we kill. So pretty good. I think this strat is actually very good. Way better than wasting your time stalling on phase 1. Damn, and now she can crit. She always has to attack first, I don't know why. If she attacks first, she crits. I don't know what that is, but I noticed this a lot in Nidhoggr. If FREYJA attacks first, she will crit. But yeah, we did it. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If it did help you in any kind of way, please like and subscribe and click on the notification bell. See you next time. Peace out.